learning journey in association with Turn It Up Tuesday, hosted by Ross Audio presents Did You Know? And this week we want to look at Dutty Boukman. Yes, the early life and of course the story that surrounds Dutty Boukman. Dutty Boukman was born around 1767 in the region of Senegal, Gambia, which encompasses the present-day Senegal and Gambia. In his early life, he was a learned scholar in Islam and of course its tradition. However, his life took a tragic turn when he was captured in his homeland and placed on a ship to the Caribbean. Of course, you know he would have gone through a lot. His journey took him to the Caribbean and he was placed in Jamaica. After a time in Jamaica, he was then sent over to Saint-Domingue. Well, there are two sides to the story. One story suggests that he was caught plotting an uprising in Jamaica and was sold off to a plantation owner in Saint-Domingue. However, there's another school of thought that suggests that he was sold because he was teaching slaves how to read. Based on his pathway, I would say that it could be either or. Regardless of what took place, all we know at this point is that he was sent to Saint-Domingue. In Saint-Domingue, Boukman experienced a spiritual reversion. As a result, he abandoned his Islamic faith and, of course, converted to practicing voodoo. That is, of course, in Haiti. He became respected as a voodoo priest. He gained deep knowledge, and his deep knowledge and charismatic leadership would later play a pivotal role in the Haitian Revolution. It is said that Boukman was an intellectual scholar. He had an intellectual pursuit, particularly to educate his fellow slaves. As a result, he was marked as a threat to the colonial establishment. He served as a slave driver and later as a coach driver in Saint-Domingue. His French name Boukman was derived from his English nickname Boukman, a testament of his scholarly nature. He was always trying to educate himself. Now, as a priest, he would have had to perform many ceremonies. And one of the most significant events that led up to the revolution was a ceremony that was held before. Boukman, alongside a priestess, led the ceremony, which is often considered as a starting point for the rebellion. Despite what people say, this holds a significant move towards the revolution, and Boukman was part of it. Boukman's most significant contribution to history was his role in the Haitian Revolution. He was a central figure in the initial stage of the uprising, and as a matter of fact, he was known for his physical strength and fearless nature. On August 21st, 1791, under Boukman's leadership, the slaves rose up and they powered a force that was to be reckoned with. The revolution had led to widespread destruction across northern departments of Saint-Domingue, marking the beginning of the profound and, of course, historical event. The revolt symbolized the slogan of death or liberty, was the unified movement of enslaved people in the north. It was a direct challenge to the institution of slavery and played a critical role in the bordering of context as it relates to the revolution. Boukman's leadership and his rallying cry for liberty and vengeance against the oppressors were a pivotal role in mobilizing the slaves as it relates to this force. Boukman's leadership, however, was cut short. In November 1791, the same year of the rebellion, he was killed in battle. His head was cut off and his body was burned by the French troops. His death was a significant blow to the insurgents. Despite dying, his sacrifice led to the rise of other leaders that continued to ignite the fight for freedom. Dutty Boukman's life must be remembered as a revered leader of the Haitian Revolution. His story and his life is one of resilience, intellect, and unwavering commitment to freedom. His legacy is entrenched in history as a symbol of the fight against the oppressors. Let us not forget, Dutty Boukman was a Jamaican. Remember to check out my videos on YouTube and also just subscribe. Over to you, Rossi.